sending me your sentences last night. I have looked at your translations and I'm happy to say that many were very good. You seem to have understood really well how these pronouns work. Most of the mistakes were in the tense of verbs. So you all should review very carefully the conjugation of verbs, especially if you seem to have a problem with the future of third and fourth conjugation verbs that you often take as if it were a present of other conjugations. So, as always, look at the verb first and establish the person, singular or plural, first, second, and third, to see what the subject is, but also pay a lot of attention to the tense. In order to understand the tense, of course, you have to know the principal parts very well so that you know to which conjugation a verb pertains. Okay? So now I'll go over your translations, the correction of the sentences in 3 different files because otherwise they are too big. Okay, so here are the first 4 sentences. Virtus tua me amicum tibi facit. Your virtue, or some of you translated your courage, and it's okay, because virtus, remember, is the quality of being a man, okay? A man with manly characteristics, okay? So virtue or courage, both are fine. So your virtue or courage makes me, facit me, amicum tibi, a friend to you. So basically makes me your friend, or some of you translated even a friend of you, which in English is fine, but in those cases please write in parentheses that you know that tibi is dative, okay? So I know that the grammar is clear. Now, amicus is a word that can either derive from amicus amici, the noun, or amicus amica amicum, the adjective. So you can either translate as makes me a friend to you or makes me friendly to you. Both translations are correct. What you really have to pay attention to is the fact that facit is present. The future would be faciet because this is a verb in io of the third conjugation. So in the future it acts like a fourth conjugation verb. Okay? Good. Id solum est carum mihi. That alone, okay, id solum, that only, that thing only, id solum is neuter, so that implies a thing. That thing alone, or that only, you can even say just that only in English. That only is dear to me, but of course meaning that thing only is dear to me, that thing alone is dear to me. Solus, sola, solum can correspond to both alone or only in English, okay? Est means is, of course, is the third person singular of the verb. Sum esse fui futurum. Some of you kept translating the verb sum as to be, even when it's conjugated. So be careful, okay? If it's est, is a third person singular present indicative, so is. That thing alone is dear to me. Number 3. Si vales bene est, ego valeo. Now, literally, this means if you are well, you are strong. The verb valere in itself means you are well, okay? Bene est, it is well. I am strong, I am well, okay? So, really, this means if you're okay, that's great, I'm great too, okay? Or if you're okay, that's great, I'm okay too, or I'm fine too, okay? But literally, of course, Latin is a little bit more formal. If you are well, it is well. So, I am well. Okay. So here the important thing is just to pay a lot of attention to the fact that Wales is second person singular, Waleo is first person singular. Number 4, bene est mihi quod tibi bene est. Here too the literal translation is a little awkward. It is well, it is fine for me because it is fine for you. So it is the subject understood, okay? And of course it means I'm doing fine because you are doing fine too, okay? So it is well to me because it is well to you, okay? Okay, so let's move, I'll close here this file and I'll open other two for the next 8 sentences.